Hi guys, today is Saturday, November 25, 2016, and I wanted to talk about the aspects of voice and voice change with trans men. Uh, for a trans male taking hormones, the vocal cords get thicker, and I'm reading this, so that's why my eyes are going up and down. But the larynx doesn't change. It's already hardened. So it's always going to be it's going to be a little bit of an instrument than it would for a cisgender person. Uh, I always loved to sing. And as I got older, my voice just got better. I developed a wider range. I could go higher and lower alto, maybe go up and touch the bottom of soprano, and go down and touch the top of the bass. Then with the hormones, I became a baritone and maybe a high bass, which I really loved. I had always tried to sing lower, stretching the voice down there, uh, but because of it, I couldn't reach the high alto anymore. On top of that, I developed the male puberty voice of cracking and squeaking, as you can hear today. It became harder to talk or sing for any length of time also because it's painful, like a sore throat, and I get hoarse. I never knew, still don't after 4 years, what I can expect singing or talking. My voice often gives out sooner than I would like, and I have to stop. Something I was also working on for a possible future career was doing voice for audiobooks. That went down the tubes also, but maybe at least for now, because of the uncertainty of the voice cracking and squeaking, and I can't talk for very long. I'm working on that also, but I just can't count on it. I keep working on retraining and stretching my range, but it's a sacrifice that we make as a trans man. So if that's an important part of your life, which it was for me, that's something it's just another thing you have to put on the shelf and say, either just accept it or you try to work on it. It makes me sad that I can't do it anymore. I sing for myself, but I don't do it out in public anymore, whereas I used to perform down in Los Angeles. I performed by myself and with groups, and I just can't count on it anymore. So I just wanted to talk about one of the aspects of what it is to be taking male hormones. When I first started out taking after my first shot, my first doctor didn't know what he was doing. And a lot of guys that are singers and want to keep that voice, they have to be very, very careful with it. They start on a very low dosage of hormones to let things grow slowly. Like I said, the vocal cords are growing fast, but the larynx is still small, and that will never change. Anyway, he started me out on 50 milligrams a week, it's an okay dosage. And first week I came back, he says, how do you feel? And I said, I feel fine. I really didn't feel any difference after a week. And so he says, well, let's bump it up. And so he doubled it to 100 milligrams a week. That's after just 1 week. The next time I came back, starting 2 weeks down, going on third week. How do you feel? I feel fine. Okay, let's bump it up again. And he doubled it again to 400 milligrams. No, 200. 200 a week. If any of you know what the dosages mean, you'll know that was just over the top. And this went on for 6 months before I finally said, this is wrong. In fact, actually, October, November, December, January. By the 1st of January, I was telling him something's wrong. I can't hardly swallow. I can't hardly eat. I have to blend the food to drink it. I can't hardly drink water. It hurts. And he just ignored it. And the nurse came in, was talking to me, and I says, I think the dosage is too high. And she says, yeah, I think so too. And this is the nurse. So when this kept going, kept having problems, and after 3-4 months, I started contacting other doctors, trying to find someone. And as a lot of you know, it's hard to find a doctor that understands hormone therapy with doctors that know what they're doing. And you can't exactly go in to find a doctor and call and say, and they say, what do you want to see him for? And, well, I'm transgender, and I need to find a doctor. And it's embarrassing. They'll say, well, you need to tell me first and I'll tell the doctor. Well, it's embarrassing. So you're stuck in this trying to find a doctor. Unlike going in telling the nurse, well, I think I've got diabetes or something like that. It's embarrassing to try and find a doctor. So in April, so that was October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months. I found another doctor way over in Seattle. We're talking 2 hours away, that treated transgender gay men, lesbian women. He was familiar with all that, especially transgender. And he said, yeah, that's way too high. So he told me just immediately just stop, go back down to 50, and you're going to have to find another doctor closer to you, because it was too expensive for me to try and make that drive. And so I did that, and I luckily found another doctor closer to me, only an hour away. And he is a trans man himself, just a couple years younger than me, 3 years into his transition also, and he treated transgender, so he understood it from the inside out. And so he dropped the dosage, put me down at a lower one, and then at that point started monitoring it and taking care of it. And also, when he did, the other doctor wasn't testing my testosterone levels. And when my new doctor tested me, it was into the thousands, when it should have been more like 300 and 400. So I was in full-blown steroid rage, roid rage as they call it in bodybuilding. And my whole body was going through all the symptoms. It was bad. But the situation with the throat was my vocal cords grew so fast that it basically ruined them in a way. So I don't know if they will ever come back. I keep trying. I keep waiting. But I just wanted to talk about this to guys that are considering transitioning, guys that have already done it. Maybe you're new into it, don't know about this aspect. Maybe you're having similar problems to what I do, what I'm having. And you need to find a doctor that knows what they're doing. Get yourself tested, find out what those T hormones, the T levels are. Uh, Make sure you don't go too high on your dosage. So like I've said with my other videos, I want to help other guys learn, maybe expose them to things they don't know about, that they're not looking ahead at. I certainly didn't know that this was going to be a possibility. So I just wanted to share this with you, and I'll talk to you later.